morning everybody, welcome back to our channel, welcome back for another video. Really sorry if you can hear the washing machine. I feel like I say that in every single video, but that's just because we do a lot of washing. However, I think it's in its spin cycle, so it is rather loud. Anyway, hope you're all doing well. Sorry that we haven't filmed for a couple of weeks, we just had a lot going on. And to be honest, filming a YouTube video was last thing on both our minds. So it's a Saturday today, it is the 22nd of November. Jack is currently out on his bike, he's got 3 hours to do. He went out at about 9:10, so he'll be back just after 12. And we decided when we went shopping that we were going to have homemade soup for lunch today and tomorrow. So I am going to make it this morning so that it's obviously ready for later. Jack wanted to go for like a chicken, vegetable with potato kind of moment. So I couldn't really find a chicken and potato soup recipe that was easy to follow. I am a BBC Good Food kind of person. It's just so straightforward. It tells you how much you need of everything, how long it all takes. It's split up into methods, and I just couldn't find anything that involved potato. But I just figured I can follow this basic recipe and add a few bits and pieces in along the way. So we need our chopping board. We need 2 onions, 3 carrots, I'll do 4 because it says very medium, and obviously one of those is a bit short and the others are a bit long. And obviously we want it to sort of go 2 days. So that, chicken stock, which I've got here. Frozen peas, which we have. Oh, this one doesn't say anything about celery, but I did see one that said celery and I did buy it, so we're putting celery in it. Let's put 2 things of celery in it. What else? This is Greek yogurt, but I'm not sure I'm going to do that. Garlic cloves. Okay, so what herbs do we need? We need garlic, because we don't have garlic cloves. Thyme. We do actually have thyme. Like actual thyme outside. Maybe I'll get that out. We need olive oil as well. And I figured that we're going to want salt and pepper. Okay, so method. Heat your olive oil in a large pan. Add the onions, carrots and thyme leaves, then gently fry for 15 minutes. Stir in the chicken stock. Add the chicken, remove half the mixture, Okay, we're actually going to put it in the slow cooker, just because then obviously I can leave it unattended, because I've got other things that I want to be doing this morning, and then that way it will be nice and warm and ready to eat today. So, there's a lot going on in this kitchen. Right, I won't put that on just yet. So let's prepare all the veg. We actually went out last night to watch someone that I work with perform in their band at a pub about 20 minutes away. That was quite nice. We got Barney, he's just in the hallway. We had a really lovely walk, and I was going to give him a treat, and then I came in and he decided to start pulling the tea towel down and chewing it and eating it and pulling things out of the recycling bin. So he did not get his treat after the walk, but I'm sure he will get one later. But we do not reward bad behaviour in here, do we, Barney? We don't reward Barney being a naughty boy. Even though you are cute. So the plan for this weekend is to put our Christmas decorations up because, like I say, it's the 21st today. 22nd today, and we've got Barney this weekend. Next weekend we have got a spa trip booked, and we're going to see Elf the musical. So we'll only have Sunday, but Sunday's always like cleaning day, and to be fair, it's probably going to be quite a full-on weekend. Don't really fancy doing the decorations as well. Then the weekend after that, we have got The Lion King, the musical The Lion King, with my mum, because it was her Christmas present from me last year. A bit behind the times. And then we've got the week after that, we're going to be at my mum's because we're going Christmas shopping. I always tend to book that sort of Friday off every year to go Christmas shopping with my mum. And we're also going to go round one of my friends' houses for dinner. So we're kind of away that weekend as well. And then the weekend after that, we've got Christmas nibbles with Jack's sister, well, his whole family, but at his sister's house. And that is actually the 20th of December. So by that point, you know, it's basically Christmas. So I said to Jack, I think we may have to put them up this weekend because we're not going to have any time otherwise to do it, and I don't like to rush that kind of thing. We've got a new tree this year. We had Barney last year when we did our decorations, and he will be going back in a couple of days. So obviously it just felt right that we did them whilst he's here, make a bit of a tradition of it. So yeah, that is the plan. So I'll make the soup. Got a couple of little bits to do. I think I've been a bit ambitious with my carrot. I think I should have probably followed the recipe. Tonight for dinner we're going to have homemade sushi. So we've never made it before. We literally looked up a recipe, or Jack did, on TikTok, and found this like easy sushi recipe. So we're going to give that a go, something different. And then obviously, yeah, tomorrow is cleaning day like normal, so we will bring you along basically. So I'm going to stop gibbering on because I've probably just spoken for like 15 minutes about not much, but let me know, or let us know, your Christmas plans, if you've got anything exciting coming up, anything that you think we should do. Oh, we might also try and go to some Christmas markets just locally at some point as well. And yeah, so I'm just going to carry on with my soup. So you will be time-lapsed, and I'll catch you in a bit. Here it is. So it's looking pretty water at the minute. I just literally topped the level up so that it was covering all of it. And we're going to hope for the best, basically. So it's on high. Let's pop the lid on and we will check on it. It is 10 past 10. So it says 2 to 3 hours. So it's going to be ready between like 12 and 1-ish, which is perfect timing. So yeah, let's hope that this turns out lovely. It smells nice. Whether it tastes nice or not is another matter. So Jack is now back. What have you just put on there? Chili flakes. And we've made homemade bread rolls, which was Greek yogurt and flour, equal parts. And we're just going to tuck into our soup. Welcome back to Cooking with Corinne. We are now going to make sushi for our dinner. So I mentioned it this morning when I was making the soup. How was the soup, Jack?
The soup was very good, thanks.
Yeah, okay. And we just thought that we would make the sushi kind of in advance, so it's ready to go for later, because we're just about to decorate for Christmas. So we've cooked our rice.
That's more again for later.
Okay, we've cooked our rice, so we literally just did what, like 200 grams of rice.
200 grams of rice.
To some water, I couldn't tell you how much. Cooked it a little bit wrong. We then mixed it in with the rice vinegar and sugar, as it said on the particular recipe that we looked at. It's looking a little bit mushy, to be honest, but that's just life. I can't believe we're still knocking about on that cling film. I bought new cling film, like, probably about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Thinking we'd be nearly out of that, but lives on. So we've just got our glass dish, and...
So this is a recipe I saw on TikTok, and I said because we don't have all the equipment for sort of turning it, and
you have to have it, was it bamboo roll?
Yeah, you know, something. We haven't really got all that kit. So I said, let's just find, you know, something we can just make it, you know, sort of easily make it with. So there we go.
So we did buy the seaweed. This has got 5 sheets in it. So what do we want to do then? Was it rice first though?
No, it's seaweed first.
Okay.
It's seaweed, rice.
We're going to use all of this?
Well, I don't know. Let's open it and see what size it is. And the recipe I saw was like seaweed, a layer of rice, then salmon, avocado, then a layer of rice. So let's get the avocado cut up.
God, don't make it easy for you to get in. Yeah, wow, that's just classic really. Just opened it up so it doesn't.
Doesn't really matter.
Oh, okay, what's that?
What?
Salt? Silicone gel.
That's probably just to keep it dry. Yes, just get a sheet of that in the bottom.
What, smooth side down, yeah?
Whatever, I think we're going to be eating it no matter what, so.
Okay.
I mean, that's about good size then, isn't it, really?
Yeah, right.
So, now some rice, so if you want to start.
Okay.
So yes, technically this is not like proper going to be like actual sushi rolls, but.
Because this isn't sushi rice either.
But basically, get some rice in there, you know, half of it, whatever.
What, and then just.
Yeah, just squash it all down. Obviously, if we think we need. So the recipe I saw uses Philadelphia on top of the rice, I guess, probably to help keep it glued. But we've done some, what was it, rice, wine vinegar, and sugar.
Just rice,
and obviously then let it cool and kept it on a tray. I mean, it still seems sort of quite moist, so we may not need the Philadelphia, or we'll just let's see how it looks when we're sort of in. Yeah, so basically seaweed, rice, avocado, and then another layer of seaweed, more rice, and then smoked salmon. Then again, I don't know if we do rice or seaweed on the top. I don't think so actually. We can, let's see what we got. So yeah, we're just kind of in the mojo at the moment of trying new things. We said we're a bit bored at the weekend of always saying, oh well, let's just get a
pancakes.
You know, do pancakes, or let's get a roll and do like ham and cheese. We just always do the same thing. So I kind of yesterday, when I was at work, was like, let's do it. We've been talking about making our own sushi for a while. We nearly bought the sushi because at Tesco's in town, they always have the.
Is that okay? Or do you think I need to put a bit more up the side?
Oh, that's good. And that's good.
Yeah.
Are we going to just go?
I don't think we need the Philadelphia because I think it's quite sticky.
Let's roll with it.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so obviously everyone knows that you know, Tesco partnered with Yo Sushi, so you get obviously the pre-made. Obviously we'll spread this out. The pre-made meals, and they quite often on a Friday evening when we go shopping have them sort of discounted.
It's still quite expensive when you do it that way, isn't it?
It is expensive, and it's nice, but it's not as good as the real thing. And we were there, it was last week, we nearly bought it, and then we said no, we're not going to, because we actually had a plan, and we were out for dinner on Saturday anyway.
And then we watched The Running Man.
Yeah, and then we just said, you know what, let's actually just, you know, we've been doing it for a while, let's actually try and make it ourselves. Yeah,
this has probably cost us in salmon, prawns, the wrap.
Oh yeah, we've got some
Let's
prawns.
say maybe like £7, maybe?
Yeah, so we've got some prawns.
Let's say 10, like worst case scenario.
But we were going to do about 30. We normally done about 30 quid on it.
Yeah, we were going to get some gyozas, but we forgot. So that's just the way the cookies crumbled, unfortunately. It is time to get this puppy out. So this is our new Christmas tree from the home base closing down sale last year. I think it was something like 120 reduced to 60 or something like that. But I think it is called, I did see it, the 7-foot Bowden spruce artificial tree, not pre-lit.
There we go.
Can't get on board with pre-lit trees, to be honest, because obviously when they run out of battery or die, then they look pretty crap. So always unlit for us. Barney's obviously just chilling there.
Right, I'm in the game. Oh, I'm in the game. That's it.
It's gone well, hasn't it?
5 by 3.
Okay. So here's the base then, Jackie.
Yeah.
Assume maybe like that.
Yeah. Look like in.
Oh, but I don't think you lock it in until the holes are in.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably that one, but oh, what's this? A foot maybe? So shall we just pull it all apart and then resume?
Yeah.
Because I find that always takes the longest amount of time. Right, we have pulled all of the tree out. We are just watching I'm a Celeb. Not very Christmassy of us, I know, but we want to catch up. So, yeah, right. Are you ready then, Jackie? To decorate the tree?
I am ready.
Hi everyone, future Corinne here. I'm just literally editing this video. So it is now Tuesday the 25th of November and I have just finished editing the footage back from the weekend of decorating for Christmas and obviously making the soup and sushi and stuff. So just wanted to kind of finish off the video, to be honest with you. Didn't film us decorating the garlands because we actually did those on Sunday rather than Saturday, and obviously like it's upstairs, and also Jack and I were just enjoying a little bit of a wholesome moment doing that. So I went for a little bit of a different approach with the garlands this year. So the garlands at the top of the stairs, I've snaked them round the banister. I know ordinarily they go sort of in and out and round the banister. However, the garlands at the top of the stairs are very, very old. They're missing a lot of their green needles. So they're actually two garlands twisted together. And I just felt like switching up this year because why not? Why can't you just do something different? So I did that. We kept it a little bit more minimalistic this year compared to last year. So we didn't put all the baubles on in the end. But I still think it looks really, really good. I mean, you guys might disagree, but in person it does look much better than maybe it does on camera. And the one down the main stairs, our new one from the range last year, usually we do blue and gold on that one. But I've gone for a little bit of a different approach this year in general with our Christmas decorations, and I wanted to keep that a bit more traditional, like our Christmas tree. So although our Christmas tree has got like the jazzy coloured lights with the blue, the green, the red, the gold, the actual decorations themselves are just red bows, red baubles, gold baubles, berries, like candy canes, that kind of thing. And I've done pretty much the same on the garland. We've kept it more bows. So it's two different shades of red bows. It's got pine cones on it. It's got little robins. It's got little apple pick things. It's got some of the like tree filler pick things that we've got up on our mirror. It's got those and obviously some lights, and I'm actually really happy with our Christmas decorations this year. I haven't done anything in the kitchen just yet because I will go and show you a couple of house updates in a second, but we have just got a few things going on in there, to be honest with you, and it's still quite early to kind of be putting the table runner and stuff on the table for me because it's quite glittery, but I might look at doing that this weekend potentially if I get 5 minutes. But yes, we haven't really put much decor in the kitchen, so it's just basically been the lounge, the stairs, and that's kind of it, to be honest with you. So let me go and show you the updates in the house before closing off this video. So I'm not sure if I actually showed you or not. I don't think I did, but our shoe unit, I've now wrapped it in a wooden vinyl wrap. So apologies if I already showed you that. I don't think I have. I think I just showed you me building it, but I've now wrapped it, so I'll show you that. And also, was that last weekend? Not this weekend just gone, maybe the one before. I think it was. When Jack was out on his bike, I had the impulsive decision to paint the kickboards in our kitchen. So for anybody that doesn't know, they were grey, and nothing in our kitchen is grey. And I've always kind of looked at them and just thought, I don't understand why they're grey. Why are they not white? Like the kitchen cupboards are white. It just makes no sense to me. Anyway. Had a little bit of time on Saturday, I think it was last weekend, and I impulsively painted them white. So sanded them down, primed them, and I just used our satin wood on them. I don't know if you're supposed to, but I did. It took a couple of days to kind of obviously allow it all to dry properly, make sure I prepped it, etc, etc. It's not yet finished. We need to just do a couple of little finishing touches in there just to make it look even better. However, in doing so, I've discovered that our kitchen cupboards are actually a slight off-white, but still I think it looks so much better than the grey. So let me just show you. So this is This is the vinyl wrap on the shoe unit. So if you want to look back into our old videos, you'll see that it was white. I've now got it as wooden. And then I got this bowl and this vase for free from someone on the estate the other day. So just swap that over, and obviously we've got our little Christmassy bits on it as well. And then in the kitchen, this is the kickboard situation. So like I say, it was grey, now it is white, and we need to cut down that bit because basically it's the bit that goes under the washing machine here, but it always was quite snug, so it always used to scrape that part of the kickboard. Obviously it didn't matter before because the kickboard was the kickboard. However, now I've painted it, painstakingly painted it, I don't want it to keep doing that. So Jack's just going to take the tiniest amount off so that it just slips in there nicely, but not so much that it doesn't stand up, because I think I need to get the washing machine booked in for a seal repair because it keeps leaking out of the door, and it's really annoying. Hence as well why we haven't put that back on, because it already has warped quite badly, that little bit of kick guard, but it's just going to keep happening realistically. Anyway, no judging of my line, okay, because this is the finishing product that needs to happen. I didn't mention, I will mention, the kickboards were all siliconed down, so I had to basically cut along the edge of the floor to get the silicone off, and not all of it has come off, so as you can see there are still bits on the floor. So what we're going to do is Jack's going to get his Stanley blade and just neaten up the edge, cut away the remaining silicone because it was clear silicone. Here obviously you can see I painted a little bit of the clear silicone because I didn't take this one off at all, I just left it as it was. So you're just going to neaten up the edges for me with a Stanley knife. Again, that is just the silicone that's been painted. And then we're going to re-silicone. I didn't want to, however the finish of this right now is not great, obviously. So yeah, we just need to do that, but because we got Barney at the minute and we just haven't had the time, we haven't done it. So yeah, he's just going to neaten that edge up for me, and then we're going to put a bead of white silicone down there, and then also, I don't know if you can see, like there, it's really annoying and you can see it. So we just need to do a few finishing touches, but so much happier with it. Looks 10 out of 10. I don't know if we ever showed you this, but we did have the little thing that was here, over here, and basically this was in the gym, but this is like solid oak. It was really quite expensive, to be honest with you, and being in the gym, it's just kind of not getting ruined, but it is going to get ruined if it's out there any longer. So I said to Jack, can we please swap the two things around? So the unit that was here is now in the gym, and we've got the sideboard in the kitchen. So obviously I think you would have seen, but maybe not, that we've changed the kitchen around, and it obviously does mean that we have lost the ability of having the 6 chairs. However, I'm still undecided. The whole reason we've turned it this way in the first place is because I wanted to put a banquette here and here with storage underneath, because we really struggle with storage in this house, and therefore just keep these 2 chairs and then put the remaining 4 up in the loft for a future house when we've got a bit more space, because they're these bucket style chairs and they're really quite big, so they take up a lot of space. But in having the table this way, obviously we lose the ability to have the 6th chair, but with a banquette you will be able to seat more people, because obviously it'll be a fixed thing. So my idea is that you potentially get 1, maybe 2 people here, and then definitely 3 people probably here. So that's then 5 or even 4 plus the 2, that is your 6. We very rarely have people around for dinner anyway, but that is kind of my thought process. But I'm a little bit undecided with that, to be honest. So that's TBC. However, I now don't love these shelves. I really did like them when we first had them, but something about them at the minute, I just don't like them. We took the corner semicircle shelf off the end here, and the wine rack that was attached to the unit that's now in the gym is now here. So we have essentially lost the shelf there. But obviously we've gained the wine rack, and I just think it's a bit more like kitchen, dining room. I don't really like the semicircle shelves, in all honesty. I think they're a little bit old school. So yeah, did that, and I'm really happy with kind of the sideboard in here now. Obviously the chair's just chilling there for the moment until we decide what to do. But what I'm now thinking is ChatGPT is my new best friend, but having a dresser top built for on here, painting it a very similar colour to that, and basically I went to B&Q the other day and got their paint sample thing, and I think Philadelphia by B&Q is a pretty similar match to the sideboard. So the plan would be to build a dresser top so that it's tall enough that, you know, it can still go over this lot, and then move all of this decor into the dresser top shelves, and then put these prints on this wall as a minimum, and potentially look at making this a feature wall, whether or not we paint it Egyptian cotton because it'll be quite similar to these tiles, or whether we again paint it like a Philadelphia to kind of match this, so that again we've got like dining area, kitchen area, because I really don't like the backsplash colour. However, it's just not worth us changing it, to be honest with you. But yeah, so that's to be confirmed, to be honest. And then I'd love to do a bit of DIY on these kitchen cupboards. So probably not the top ones because they're handleless. And actually, ironically, the handleless ones are more expensive than the than the handled ones. But I just think this style of kitchen is your typical new build, you know, high gloss. I just don't love it. I really don't. So I'd love to do the shaker style DIY on these cupboards where you get the MDF, you stick it on, and I would then like to change the handles to the cup handles on the drawers and just simple knobs. Probably going to try out and go for silver so that it matches the hardware on our sideboard because we already have that. Although, to be honest with you, I would have preferred antique brass. However, our sockets are chrome, so it just makes sense to probably keep it chrome. But I just think it would look so much nicer with just a small little knob. Those handles, they're very offensive. They're very in your face, and I just don't love them. So yeah, in the new year, I think we will tackle that project, to be honest with you. And potentially, if it doesn't look right, maybe we'll have to do something with these doors up there. Luckily, my brother's a carpenter, so maybe he could help us come up with a solution. But yeah, those are the house updates since we last spoke to you. And like I say, now ChatGPT is my new best friend, and I've been going around the house saying, paint this, change that, add this, add that, and we are going to be doing a little bit of redecorating upstairs. So love our bedroom, nothing's going to change with that. Don't love the paneling in the spare bedroom, and don't love the office anymore, but I won't get into that because I've literally just been rambling for 13 minutes. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for some more house updates over the coming months. It'll probably be because we're quite busy now, as I mentioned at the start of the video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will catch you in the next one. Bye.